Welcome, everyone. I am wandering off, and today we will be going through Final Fantasy XI Online. We will be working on a monk to start with. I have no idea why I chose monk, but that's what we'll be going with. What we'll do is we're going to go all the way from level 1 to level 99, and we're going to try our best not to die. And so we're going to make it a fun little adventure of trying to make a no death run out of this. While we're playing the game, we will be reading all the text that come along. We'll try to be reading it. We'll try to be like any of the missions and stuff we'll be reading aloud, and we will also be following a walkthrough. This walkthrough, whoever created it, they did a fantastic job, and so part of the video is going to be seeing how well the job they did, and so we're just going to be following the walkthrough. When we come to the parts where we need the we don't when we're going to use the walkthrough, we'll pull it up on screen and I'll read through it, and then we'll get back into the game and we'll continue our journey and just following the walkthrough. That's all we're doing in this video, is actually following the walkthrough. So it should be a nice a nice and clean run. But we will see how it goes. And what else? I think at this moment that is all I can think of. When we first start the game, there's a couple things I should note. We will enter the game after we've created our character, and the music will be extremely loud. The volume is just extremely loud, and we won't have access to our character because we got to get through a little cutscene. And so as soon as we're able to actually control our character, I will get the music volume to be turned down. But at first it's just extremely blaring our ear out loud. And then there is, when we get into the game, when we might run into a lot of spam in the chat, and again, the only thing we can do is wait until we get access to our character, and then hopefully we can get rid of all that as well. So those are the few things that I can think of. We are going to go ahead and create our tune. So the way this game works is if you buy the game, and then if you want to play a character, you actually have to purchase a character slot. And so the best option is to just get one character slot and do it that way. So we get several starting choices, so we could be a human, male and female. We could be an elven, male or female. We could be a Tora, male or female. We can be a Mithra, or we could be a Galka. Personally, I like the Mithra, so we're going to choose Mithra. There's 8 faces you can choose from, and Um, and so we're gonna choose phase 5. You get 2 hair colors that you can choose from. We're gonna go with A. There's how big you want your character. Do you want it small, medium, or large? And we're gonna go with small. And then the starting jobs that they hand us right away are warrior, monk, white mage, black mage, red mage, thief. And like I said, we're gonna start with a monk. And then we get 3 starting cities. One is Sandioria, one is Bastok, and the other is Windurst. So, Sandioria, the kingdom of Sandioria. The Elven, a proud race of warriors, forged this kingdom in northern Quan from the fires of civil war. House de Orguil has ruled from the fortress city of Sandioria for over 500 years. 2 elite chivalric orders keep watch over the kingdom. The Royal Knights patrol its borders, while the Temple Knights maintain peace within the capital. Thanks to their vigilance, no army has ever breached the city walls. Then there's Windurst. The Federation of Windurst. Tribes of Tora Tora from the sweeping grasslands and neighboring islands of southern Mandarsha united to form this League of States. It is governed by a council of representatives from the 5 ministries of magic. Legacies of the 5 founding tribes. Their decisions are based on prophecies of the mystic star Sybil. The capital, Windurst City, was raised in the war 20 years ago. But this prominent center of learning has since been restored to its former glory. And Bastok. The Republic of Bastok. This nation was established in southern Quan by the Humes, a people with great technological ingenuity. The president is elected by popular vote. Once a small mining town, the capital city of Bastok prospered with it when the capital city of Bastok prospered when mithril was discovered in the surrounding mountains. In time, it grew into the great industrial power it is today. In the southern part of the capital lived the mighty Galka. They tirelessly worked the mines and forges that drive Bastok's economy. As we jump into the game, there are little paragraphs there's 9 little paragraphs, and they float by on the screen, and they float by very quickly, and I'm not able to read them fast enough to be able to actually read them as we get into the game. So what I've done is take little shots of the 9 little paragraphs, and so we're going to read them now before we actually jump into the game. So let's do that now. All right. In the Gusberg Mountains of southern Quan lies the industrial nation known as the Republic of Bastok. Compared to Sandioria, with its legendary orders of knights, or Windurst, with its ancient institutes of magic, Bastok is still but a newborn nation. But advanced technology and near limitless underground resources have allowed Bastok to rival the other two nations in power. Innovative and adaptable humans make up more than half the population of Bastok. With their flair for industry, economy, and politics, they were the driving force behind Bastok's rapid growth. Even now, Humes hold key positions in those areas. The Galka, a race of hulking humanoids, comprise a third of Bastok's population, originally hailing from Zepwell. They come to this land over 600 years ago. Without their incomparable strength, the countless ore mines that drive Bastok's economy would never have been dug. Adventurers seeking fame and fortune flock to rising nations like Bastok. You are one of them. Your story begins here amid the smoke and bustle of the industrial city of Bastok. Arn. Hey Gwill, is it true you really saw Captain Volker? Are you really sure we're talking about the captain of the Mithril Musketeers here? I'm telling you, I'm sure. I saw him walking toward the mines district. I bet you he's investigating something. Yeah, right. Like you'd ever know. Hey, didn't you say you wanted to become a Mithril Musketeer someday? You're too slow. They'd never take you. Besides, Galka can't become musketeers. Even if they did, they'd never become captains. That's not true. 2 of the 5 musketeers are Galka. But one of them disappeared a long time ago, right? He doesn't count. And there was even a Galka who was supposed to become a captain once. Ha, that's a laugh. Whoever told you that? Gumba, from the mines district. He's just a kid. What would he know? And I can't believe you'd hang around that dirty old place. Well, we're not playing with grubby minds people like you. Hey, what's all the bickering about? This is Valdemar. Dad, are you going adventuring again? I am. I'll be gone a while. But if you don't get along with the other kids, I won't bring you any presents. Yes, sir. You're going too, Mr. Dalzak? Yes. Be good and look after my place for me, Gwill. Hey, let's go play over there. Hey, guys, wait for me. Well then, let's... Oh. This is Valdemar. You're an adventurer too, I see. Ah, but you're still new, aren't you? I can't ask you to come with us, then. Like Dalzik and myself have done, you should try to find a party of people who are the same level as you. Dalzik. We do not always adventure together. Right. Is there anything we can help you with? What is it you want to do first? So, for starters, I'd like to fight monsters, go shopping, find some work. We'll choose find some work. Setting goals for yourself, that's good. What kind of work are you looking for? What do you want to do? Serve Bastok, help people, get rich quick. Serve Bastok. Ah, Patriot. You want to talk to a guard in charge of assigning missions. You should be able to find one at the West Gate. That's southwest of here. Anyway, here, take this adventure coupon. Give it to a guard named Reet, and she'll give you some starting money. You can find her here. Open the map from the main menu on the right if you want to check it again. You should be able to find out where Reet is by checking your markers. Open map from the main menu, select markers, press the right arrow key, and all should be well. Use trade from the main menu to give items to people. Reet will tell you more about that. Well, we really should be going. Good luck on your travels, adventurer. Selecting map from the main menu opens the map of the area in which you currently reside. Select markers and press the right arrow key to see all of the markers placed on your map. Alright, like I said, the music is just absolutely insanely loud. So I suggest turning your music down to a rather comfortable level, and also the inventory sort, it is off by default, so I'd turn it on. And then chat filters. So we're going to start by oh, we don't need those ones. All right, so you want to turn all of these on. Because if not, you'll get your chat will just fill up with spam immediately, and then you want to go to your this thing, and you want to reset, or you want to turn this up as high as it will go, just because it'll keep this window up longer. And you can change the size of this. We'll put it at 12. And then if you're using a controller, you want to go to camera view and put chase camera on. Because that will help you a lot. And then if you want, you can leave the footsteps on, or you can turn them off. I want to turn on that one, just to see something. Okay. And now we have control of our character. So, the first thing we want to do is we want to go to our equipment, and we want to unequip the stuff that we have on. we just want to take it off, and then we want to go to view house, and we want to go to Mog Wardrobe and put all that stuff that we had in our bag, like so. And then we want to go back to our equipment, and we want to just equip it once more. And what this does is saves our inventory space. So we put all of our gear into the wardrobe so that our main bag isn't full of gear. But you must have the gear unequipped before you put it in your wardrobe, because if it's equipped, it won't go into your wardrobe, it will just stay in your bag. So that's what you want to do with all your gear. We are to find Reet. Now, this is the main menu, and you'll be using it constantly. So we've got status, equipment, magic items, synthesis, abilities, party, trade, search, link shell, regional info, map. Then we've got another page, and it has missions, quests, key items, view house, bazaar, macros, config, help desk, current time, communications, shutdown, and log out. And so there's that. When you first start out, you do happen to get your the city that you start out in, you get that map. However, the other maps you have to purchase, and so we'll get into that once we get some gil and are able to start purchasing our purchasing maps. And so we are to find Reet, which I believe is here. They gave us an item, and it's called the Adventure Coupon. This coupon is distributed to promising recruits to get them started. And so, let's see what Reet has to say to us. Reet, I am charged with the task of assisting novice adventurers. What would you like to know? Inquire about what? I want to find some quests. I want to try the tutorial event. Teach me about records of eminence. Teach me about the trust initiative. I want a map of my current area. I want maps of Bastock. How do I give items to people? How do I fight outside town? What are quests and missions? I have other questions. Nothing for now. So we're going to start at the top, and I want to find some quests. Oops. Citizens all over the Republic need your help. Do you want to search my records to find some of them? And then inquire about which local. So there's none. There's Bastock Mines, 4 individuals. There's Bastock Markets, 9 individuals. There's Port Bastock, 5 individuals. Metalworks, 2 individuals. And then if you open, say this one, talk to the following people in the mines who should be more than happy to entrust you with some tasks. And then it tells you Wahid, Elkie, Tammy, and Gerbom. So who will you go see in Bastock Mines? And right now we're not going to be selecting anyone, but that's what comes up. If we select Bastock Markets, we get talk to the following people in the markets who should be more than happy to entrust you with some tasks. So, who will you go see in Bastock markets? No one, Malene, Salima, Mikey, Aquilina, Arwen, Imbu, Lata, Foz, Dejan Hard, Afa. And so those are the people, no one. Port Bastock, 5 individuals. So talk to the following people in the port, who should be more than happy to entrust you with some tasks. Who will you go see in Port Bastock? No one, Pothotan, Koran, Talib, Alib, Mufalib, Grin, so no one. And then the Metalworks. Talk to the following people in the Metalworks, who should be more than happy to entrust you with some tasks. So who will you go see in the Metalworks? No one, Hungry Wolf, Isabel, and those, so no one at the moment. And then we're on to our next one. So I want to try the tutorial event. We've prepared a variety of instructional tasks for Bastockers new to the whole adventuring thing. If you're interested, talk to Goldego near the gate to South Gusburg in Bastock Markets. Once you're there, go find Goldego. I'll mark him on your map for you. To confirm what you've marked, select Markers under Map in the main menu, then press the right arrow key. You can also select Wide Scan under the Map submenu to search for people in your vicinity. Teach me about Records of Eminence. Whether you're new to Vanadil or a veteran chomping at the bits, Records of Eminence is a great way to easily participate in a variety of content and earn dazzling rewards. Open up the main menu, go to the right and select Objective List under the Quests submenu. From there, open up the tutorial menu and select Basics and get started with First Step Forward. Teach me about the Trust Initiative. The Trust Initiative consists of a new type of magic developed by one of Vanadil's most prestigious magical organizations. Those who pass the initiation rites and form special bonds will be rewarded with allies to join them on their journeys. You must be level 5 or greater to participate in the Trust Initiative. I'll be glad to guide you once you are there. I want a map of my current area. And here you go. To confirm what you've marked, select Markers under Map in the main menu, then press the right arrow key. You can also select Wide Scan under the Map submenu to search for people in your vicinity. I'm not the only one who knows her way around a map. You can always talk to Gwenar too, if that's more convenient. I want maps of Bastock. Here is a map of the entire city. You are currently in the Markets District. Use the map in the main menu for more detailed view of your surroundings. How do I give items to people? Giving items to other people is called trading. It is done by selecting trade from the main menu on the right. You must target the person either before or after selecting trade. Then just choose the item you wish to give the person when your inventory window appears. Trading is crucial to completing quests and missions, and also during conquests. Remember it well. If you have an adventure coupon in your possession, use trade now to give it to me. I will hand you some starting gil in return. An adventure coupon. Good. Here is your starting gil. You would do well to speak with a man named Gudego. You can find him by the West Gate in the Bastock markets. How do I fight outside town? Before you take on any fiends, there are a few things you should remember. First, always have weapons and armor equipped, and spells memorized from scrolls. Second, always check your target before engaging it. Never take on a foe that seems too strong for you to defeat alone. Third, when you are in a party, make it a habit to cast lots for your share of the party spoils after successfully defeating a monster. What are quests and missions? Some people in town will ask you to do certain tasks for them. These are called quests. Complete them, and they should reward you for your efforts. There are also tasks you can do for your country known as missions. There is a guard at each gate charged with assigning them. Speak to the guards for more details. So I have other questions. Opening the main menu and pressing the right arrow key will bring you to the second page of the menu where the help desk option is. Select that, then click the help desk option again in the menu that pops up. After that, one of the categories will be I need help with the game controls. If you ever have a problem, a quick look there might help you figure things out. And nothing for now, so that's all Reet has to say to us for the time being. Come to me if there is anything more you would like to know. All right. So since we have a brand new character, what we want to do is go get these home points, because the sooner we get them, the easier it will be later on for us to travel and run around. And each time you come to a brand new city, you don't have to get them all. I would recommend it, just because then you don't have to worry about them. But always make sure that you have one, at least one home point at a time. And since we started here, we're gonna talk to the artisan mogul. Sorry, and so see what the mogul says. Artisan mogul. Capacity challenged adventures, come one, come all. Kupo. The Mog House Management Union, MHMU, has developed the supreme solution for your storage woes. Another adventurer has arrived to take advantage of world-renowned Mogul altruism and artisanship. Rest assured that you will not depart disappointed, my friend. Feast your eyes on this stylish, fashionable Mog sack. Why, it's the perfect union of form and function. Who could ask for more? Kupo. What's more, its carrying capacity can be customized to meet its owner's needs. Greedaloxes and Grand Greedaloxes haven't seen anything like this. And it can be yours, yes, yours, for the low, low price of only 9980 gil. Why, that's 10,000 gil off the Mogul manufacturer's suggested retail price. That's right, we at the MHMU don't care how far into debt we go this time. Why, I personally would starve to death in the streets of Sandioria to free adventurers the world over from inventory frustration. So how about it, Kupo? And of course, we're just starting out. So Kupo, we got current gil is 60. Buy a Mogsack for that price. About Mogsacks, do nothing. So if we choose about Mogsacks, he's literally going to repeat what he just said. And so buy a Mogsack. So we don't have the money, but he does say something, so we're going to buy it, or we're going to choose buy it anyway. We go through such pains for you adventurers, and you would try to procure our products without sufficient funds, Kupo. You will not be content until every will you not be content until every last Mogul is in the poorhouse, sniffle, sob. Okay, so for now we're gonna say do nothing. Yes, and for being such a valued customer, here's a special present from the MHMU to you. Truly, our benevolence knows no bounds, Kupo. And so now we have a scroll of instant warp. Scroll of instant warp. The black magic spell warp is inscribed on this parchment. Before leaving the city, I highly recommend grabbing an instant warp. You can get an instant warp talking to this Mogul each time. He'll just give you one every time you talk to him. There's other ways to get them and all. Show you that. So if you go into where this structure is, where the little keys over the door, that's our Mog house. We won't be entering it right now, but that's where our Mogul house can be found. If we go, since we are in Bastok markets, if you see Big Harvest, you can enter this, and this is going to be the metalworks. And we just want to come in here to grab our, because there are 2 home points here. And so we're going to grab our home points. As you can see, there's a little red question mark beside my name, and that will disappear after 10 hours of playtime. So you have registered a new home point. You are now able to teleport here from any other home point. A home point can be set as a spot for you to return to Vanadil when you have been knocked out. You can also use a home point to teleport to other home points. And then, so it gives you this option. What will you do? Travel to another home point, set as this as your home point, or other settings? On second thought, never mind. And hopefully we don't miss the elevator. We did. So, talk about luck. So these elevators, I mean, they're not very long, they're just very slow. So I always recommend when you come to the metalworks, you know, get the second home point and ride the elevator once, and then come up here and get the home point 1, because this is home point 1 that we're going to. Home point 2 is the one that's on the bottom floor. So what we'll want to do is we'll just do that. And so now we've got, but in the metalworks, there's 2 places you will be frequently visiting, and one of them will be the president's office, which is here, this big building, and the next one will be Sid's lab, which if you scroll all the way over here, you can see that the line right there is Sid's lab. And so you'll be frequently going to both of these. You'll be going over here, and you'll also be going to Sid's lab. However, they are both found on the top floor. And so to get to Sid, you just come over here, and there's a little tiny room like this, and then there's a door here, and it's called Sid's lab, and you just open it, and there's Sid standing up on the platform. I highly recommend that you just, anytime you come to the metalworks, to use home point 1, because they're, especially starting out, there's really no reason to be down on the floor waiting for the elevators. So I don't know, I think it just saves a bit of time. And then if you use a home point, while you're in, like, if you're porting from Bastock markets to the mines or whatever, you are not going to get charged for it. But if you're going from Bastock to another city like Windurst, you will get charged a fee for it. And of course, we get a cutscene. So Foz, damn it all to hell, I know I'd be able to make a bucket load of gil if I could help pioneer Adeline. Wait, who are you? What are you doing bothering me? You don't even know what pioneering is? Some adventurer you are. Even my grandma keeps up with the times better than that. Sorry, that was a bit harsh of me. Let me explain it to you. You've heard of Adeline, right? The marine trading city located way to the west across the Sea of Zafmlug? Well, it turns out there's undeveloped land all around there. We're talking mounds and mounds of jungle. Lately there's been a huge push to reclaim that land and make it worth living on. Doesn't that just beat all? Pristine land still exists despite all the progress we've made. What do you think it's like out there? Of course, not everyone is fit to make headway into the deep unknown, so they're looking for the meanest and leanest adventurers to open up the land, and fast. Who's they? Who else? The Wayno Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Come on, how can you expect to become a pioneer if you can't figure this out for yourself? But don't go rushing off just yet. They don't accept just anyone who can walk through the front door. and say hello. There's some kind of test you gotta pass. But you got that aura of confidence about you. Maybe you're just what they're looking for. I'll be straight with you. The test ain't no sit down thing with pen and parchment. It's a bit more hands on. Of course, if it was, I might have done better. Gwahahaha. Certainly not as easy as selling knickknacks to the higher ups. If you decide to try your hand, I wish you the best of luck. And so, that is Foz. Okay, so we are going to go to Port Bastock now. Just because we're way over here. So we visited, so far we've been in Bastock Markets, we visited the Metalworks, and now we're going to Port Bastock. And for right now, all we're doing is trying to collect the home points so that we can easily use them later on. And always make sure that little window pops up. Like if you get to a brand new home point for the first time, make sure that little window pops up, because sometimes you can think you clicked it and you didn't, and then later on you'll be like, oh, I never got that one. So make sure the little window with the options pops up before you run off, because you can just, it's easy to think that you got it and you didn't. So that is my advice. Now, our playthrough is going to try to consist of talking to literally everyone. And it's going to be, like I say, it's going to be a very long playthrough. It's going to be very tedious. We're at the start, so when this window pops up, then you can move on. But at the start, we're going to be more focused on leveling for the time being. We will worry about getting through some of the other things a little later. But if we talk to Clarion Star right now, I don't think you'll say anything to us. Clarion Star, you can call me Clarion Star. I've came from Wano, the lovely city in the northeast that connects the Quan and Madarsha continents. Okay, so yeah, he had nothing to say to us at the moment. Now, we have this quest log, and if we open it, we have current completed, records of imminence, current 0 through 30, objective list. So if we open the current, there's nothing right now. There is a limit to having 30 up at one time, so that's how many you can have going at one time. Right now, since we just barely started, when we go to objective list, like this will tell us how many sparks we've earned. This will tell us how many Unity accolades we have earned, and the deeds, and the number completed. Our focus is going to be on the sparks for the first bit and the number completed. So we'll want to make sure we keep checking our number completed, because there is something that opens up once we've completed 10 of them. So we'll go to the objective list. At the very start, this is what we get. We get tutorial and other. If we go to tutorial, we get basics and first step forward. Okay, speak to one of the following records of eminence guides: Rolandane in southern Sandiora G10, Isaacoth in Bastock Markets E11, Flaum Jobizalzat in Windurst Woods J10, Eternal Flame in Western Adeline H11. And so we want to select this one, and we'll get to it in a bit. Then there's other, and right now there's currently nothing. So we will wait. Okay, so now we gotta run. We got that one, and there's one all the way down there. So we gotta run across the drawbridge. And the Mog house you'll probably be visiting the most is going to be like the one that's at the port, and each city has a port, and for Bastock it's Port Bastock. And you'll see why in a minute or two. So we're just going to come over here. This is Port Bastock, and it's the Mogul area. Well, the Mogul house. So over here we have a greeter Mogul. We have a festive Mogul. We have Warte, and the courier vendor Mogul. At this point in time, if we talk to the courier vendor Mogul, I've set up shop at this site in search of souls to sell sundries to Kupo. Come back later for some glorious goodies. Alright, so that's all he's going to tell us at this time. So we have to do some stuff in order to unlock that vendor. Now, this month specifically, there's an event going on, and let's talk to the greeter Mogul. Why, hello there. My tremendous task is to tabulate your precious points for the February 2021 login campaign and exchange them for pleasing prizes, Kupo. So what can I assist you with? We have 500 points at this time. So check exchange points, learn about the campaign, nothing. So we're gonna first select learn about the campaign. In this login campaign, we provide you with points for just logging in once each day, Earth time Kupo. You can trade them for incredible items to assist you with your adventures. You can trade in these tokens for our gratuitous gifts and anytime during this campaign. Even when the point proffering period has passed, you can still acquire these amazing items for a limited time, so don't forget about me, Kupo. Up to 1,500 points from the current campaign can be carried over to the next one, starting with the April 2016 login campaign. Any additional points will be summarily seized, Kupo. And then if we go to checkpoints, view which items. So there's the 10-point items, 100-point items. There's 200-point items, 300-point items, 500-point items, 750-point items, 1,000-point items, 1,500-point items, and then back. Right now we're going to select, well, like I say, this month is kind of interesting because any additional points will be summarily seized Kupo. Okay. Because they are selling us ciphers. And these are alter egos, and we'll learn more about that in a little while. But they have this page and this page full of them. And so right now we're not going to spend our points because we have to be level 5 in order to use the trust ability. And so we don't want to fill up our inventory just yet with those things, so we'll wait until we can actually use them. And then we have one more place that we need to visit, and that's going to be the Bastock mine. So we still need to get 2 more home points from here, so we will do that. All right, so we'll go down here. Okay, so we have been tasked with finding Goldego, which Goldego is right here, and we'll get to him in a minute. We have also been asked to turn on our Records of Eminence quest, and so Izikoth will be the one that we need to talk to, but we'll do that in a minute. We still got one home point here to get, and then we've got to go to another area, which is Bastock Mines, so we'll do those first. So we'll grab this home point, and then we'll go to the Mines District, which is straight down. Alright, so then there's the Zern Mines. This is the Bastock Mines district that we're in. And we're just gonna run around finding the tow points, or home points, I should say. Sometimes I call them waypoints, sometimes I call them tow points, but they are, in this game, they're called home points. I don't know why I keep saying tow point, or I mean, waypoints, but so our first one should be somewhere around here. I think it's the best idea to, once you enter a brand new city, to go find the home points right away, because that way you only have to do it once after you've found them, you know, and you've got them, you know, then you have quick access to them. So I suggest making it your priority when you enter a town is just to make sure you find the home point as soon as you can. That way you don't have to think about them again, and they're, you know, available for you. And each section also has a mog house. And an auction house. So the auction houses are pretty popular. So it's a really good idea to know where the auction house is. This is what the auction house looks like. You get bid, you get sell, and sell status. So bid, this is where what you'll select if you're trying to buy something. Then it has weapons, armor, scrolls, medicines, furnishings, materials, food, crystals, others. If you select weapons, you get hand-to-hand daggers, swords, great swords, axes, great axes, seize, polearms, katana, great katana, clubs, stabs, ranged instruments, ammo, and misc. Armor, you get shields, head, neck, body, arms, body, hands, waist, legs, feet, back, earrings, and rings. Scrolls, you get white magic, black magic, songs, ninjutsu, summoning, dice, geomancy. Then medicines, it just pulls up whatever's on there. Furnishings, same thing. Materials, smithing, goldsmithing, cloth craft, leather craft, bone craft, woodworking, alchemy, alchemy 2, food, you have meats, ingredients, fish, crystals, and then it just pulls up a whole list. Others. Then you have MISC, MISC 2, MISC 3, Beast Made, cards, ninja tools, cursed items, and automaton. And so those are the options you have in the auction house. If you go to sell, if you have something in your inventory you're wanting to sell, then you can select it and sell it. And then this is your sales page, so you'll come to check this, and it will show you your auctions if you have any up there. You can only have 7 at a time up. So you'll come here. The auctions the items you place will be in a certain color, and then they will change to a different color if they've been sold. So you can select that. If you buy something off the auction house, it automatically ends up in your inventory. However, if you sell something in the auction house, you have to go to your mod house to collect the guild that you made, because it will end up in your delivery box. All around the world there is these survival guides, and it appears you have arrived at a new survival guide provided by the Adventurers Mutual Aid Network. Common sense dictates that you should now be able to teleport here from similar tombs throughout the world. And so you'll get before you lies a survival guide pinned by Adventurers Mutual Aid Network. It touches on such topics as teleportation and battle records. And so what chapter will you read? So none, teleportation assistance, other mysteries, and so teleportation assistance. The meticulously illuminated text within explains that adventurers may travel to the location of any previous books visited after paying a sum of gil or the requisite amount of tabs. And so then if you had any other ones, you could scroll through and, get ported to them. And so this is our first one, so we don't have anywhere else we could go. So we'll just say we're done. And then there is what they call a hunt registry. This is going to be for when you get much higher level, so we won't mess with it at this time. You'll find monsters that are, rather tough, and you can select them and go fight them for rewards and stuff. And we'll get into that much later. So we'll wait until we get there. So now we'll get this home point, and we should have all the home points. So we want to travel, and we want to go back to the markets. And if you're in Bastock, the most common home point you will use is Bastock Markets home point 1 exit. You'll see that home point 1 has a little E on the side, that means exit. Home point 2 has a little A, that means the auction house. And home point 3 has an M, that means the mod house. And then sometimes you'll have some home points that don't have anything. They're just pretty much option or extra ones. But so that's what the E, A, and M stand for. And for the most part, if you're starting in Bastock, you'll be using the home point 1 exit a lot, because there's the gate guard there, there's where you'll get your missions from, and there's where you'll get your buff from and where you'll get your gear from, and so we'll learn about that. So what I recommend is just setting this one, like you can choose set this as your home point and select this as current home point. So yes, and what that means is if you use your instant warp, you will be ported to this one. If you happen to get killed, you will be returned to this one. If you find a better one that you like more, you're welcome to use it. I just choose this one because, you know, it's where everything that I normally need is going to be. And so these people we will familiarize ourselves with. Izakath, Igsley, and Rabid Wolf I am, Cleeds, and Galdego. For the most part right now, that those are the peoples we will be talking to the most and interacting with. So now all right, excuse me. Now we have been asked to come talk to Goldego for our very first thing. There, you can just go up and talk to him if you want. However, if you decide to just try to run out the gate, we'll see what happens. Goldego, greetings and well met. Defender of the Republic, Goldego at your most humble service. My station is to help along those new to the life of an adventurer in Vanadil. I specialize in the types of fundamental knowledge necessary for success in such endeavors, as well as related methods of pedagogy. With my aid, you can rest assured that your first steps down the adventurer's path will not go astray. Should you still consider yourself a newcomer, I would highly recommend that you make full use of my services. This is my permanent post and I never leave it. Remember it well. Whenever you need a hand with anything at all, don't hesitate to come calling. And so, you'll get that little cutscene. Like I say, you can go ahead and talk to him. But if you want the cutscene, you can just try to exit and he'll give you a cutscene instead. If you just go up and talk to him, he'll just start saying that stuff. So first of all, what we want to do is talk to him. We actually do want to talk to him. So are you interested in some entry-level duties to put you well on your way to greatness? Not to worry, I've got just the thing for you. Go talk to the guard Rabid Wolf over yonder and have him cast Signet on you, then come back and see me. Alright, so first things first, we will come talk to Rabid Wolf I am. Rabid Wolf I am. I am Rabid Wolf I am, an Iron Musketeer. I am one of the guards charged with overseeing Bastock's conquest campaign. What is your business? So, would you cast Signet on me? I will. Oops. I don't know why I did that. I want to spend my conquest points. I want to go on a supplies quest. I have some questions. Nothing, sorry to bother you. So, we just want to ask him to cast Signet on us. So, our country has fallen to third in the conquest of Vanadil. We must step up our efforts to improve the situation. You must fight in battles that gain high levels of experience. This is the only way we can bring areas under our country's control. Good luck, citizen. I will bestow upon you your nation's signet. So you received your nation's signet. You are now taking part in your nation's conquest campaign. Okay? And we'll come back to him in a bit. So now that we have our little signet on us, we're gonna go talk to Gildago one more time. Well, it looks like you were able to get your signet. Easy enough, yes? As long as signet is in effect, there is always a possibility that you will obtain crystals from any enemies that you defeat. There are also other more concrete benefits such as increased defenses and evasion. Signet even helps you when not engaged in combat with an enemy. For example, it boosts the rate at which healing occurs while at rest. For all of these reasons and more, you should consider it essential to have Signet cast on you at all times. Very well then, as a reward for successful completion of your first assignment, I would like to present you with these strips of meat jerky. There is more here than meets the eye. That was a joke. Anyway, this is a type of item known amongst adventurers as meat. This meat in particular will temporarily enhance your attack power when eaten. Whenever any type of meat is consumed, you will receive some such temporary status bonus. Naturally, different meals grant... Oh, sorry, I said meat. It's meal. Grant different types of bonuses. For the most part, meat dishes will affect attack power. Conversely, seafood dishes generally enhance defense, and so on and so forth. Take care to select dishes best suited to your purpose. One thing you should make note of, however, is that you cannot eat a meal while another meal's status bonus is still in effect. Your stomach would simply burst. That's quite a lot to cover. Are you with me so far? So far so good. Explain Signet again, explain meals again. So if you choose either of these, he will repeat exactly what he just said. So this is a breeze. Great, well, talking can only prepare you so much. Let's get right down to it. Go ahead and pop one of those strips of meat jerky. After eating a meal, a status icon designated as food will appear in the upper left portion of your screen. Come back and talk to me again once you've confirmed that it's there. So, items, meat jerky. Strip of meat jerky, a snack made from dried muttons, strength +3 and -1, attack +23%, max 30. So you just click on it and say use, and then confirm that you want to use it. And now we have our food buff, and then we talk to him once more. Check out the full belly on you. Well done. Signet and meals can both play crucial roles whenever you take on any type of enemy. This is a key lesson that you would do well not to forget. Next, let's get those pristine hands of yours nice and dirty. No sense in letting that food go to waste. Now, is there? Let's send you out to fight a monster on a full stomach. Exiting through that gate over there will lead you into an area with hostile enemies. Try to target one of the monsters and then select the check option from the menu. This will help you ascertain an enemy's level of difficulty and make sure they are not too strong. A smart adventurer picks her fights. Be warned, engaging any enemy that checks as very tough or above will result in your signet not granting you the defense and evasion bonuses you would otherwise receive. And that brings us to your next assignment. It's high time you learned how to use a weapon skill. Perhaps you've already noticed, but sometimes while fighting an enemy, your skills will rise little by little. When your skill with the weapon you are wielding reaches a predetermined value, weapon skills will become available for use. Combo for those who adapt with hand-to-hand weapons, Wasp Sting for those who fight with daggers, Fast Blade for those who prefer the sword, Shining Strike for wielders of the club, Heavy Swing for those who take up the staff, and on and on and on. Selecting status from the main menu will bring up the combat skill option. This will display all of the current skill values in all weapons categories. The first weapon skill for each weapon type can be learned at a skill value of 5, so make that your first goal and we'll take it from there. Alrighty then. So, before we get started, we don't have a weapon, so we need to end up getting a weapon. Real quick, we are given Mithrin Separates, Body M, Defense 2, Level 1 All Jobs, Mithrin Gauntlets, Hands M, Defense 1, Level 1 All Jobs, White Belt, Waist, All Races, Strength +1, Level 1 Monk, Mithrin Loincloth, Legs M, Defense 2, Level 1 All Jobs, Mithrin Gaiters, Feet M, Defense 1, Level 1 All Jobs. Okay. And so, now remember us turning this on, our first step forward. We are now going to do this. So we're going to talk to Izakath. Izakath, attention! My name's Izakath, and for today's lesson we're going to learn about anything to say. Impart to me your knowledge. I don't have to listen to you, nothing, just walk away. Impart to me your knowledge. That's the spirit. You are an adventurer in my spitting image, at least when it comes to passion. Today's lesson is all about records of eminence, so break out your textbook and turn to page 5. What's that? Tisk, tisk, tisk. If you've forgotten your textbook, you'll have to share with the person next to you. The memorandal nods in agreement. Let's get this show on the road. Records of Eminence is, in a word, fighting spirit. So what if that's 2 words? That illustrates my point all the more. Adventurers need to give it 80,000% at all times if they want to uphold justice. Class dismissed. Now go out there and do me proud. Anything to say? So, yes sir, or that's it? So we're gonna question him. That curiosity of yours will really take you places, lass. It's positively indispensable for any child of the goddess. To tell the truth, though, you're already well on your way to prominence. You even completed your first objective simply by talking to me. Furthermore, my experience tells me you'll be rewarded with some unusual type of compensation. Now, take the next step on your journey and try setting an objective all by yourself. No need to break out in this way. Your eminent teacher will guide you. Just choose an objective under the objective list in the Records of Eminence section of the quest menu. I hear you can even repeat certain ones. I'll let you figure out which ones they are on your own, though I wouldn't want you just to regurgitate the answers I give you, now would I? Like I hinted before, you gain sparks of eminence that quantify your achievements. Trade them to me and I'll give you back some tokens of gratitude. By the way, this little bugger here, which we call a memorandal, records all your eminent feats for you. Oh, yes, I too sometimes become unsettled by its constant and intense glaring. Luckily, all you need to do is clap your hands together like so, and it vanishes into thin air. See, even this soulless machination possesses a fighting spirit. How else could it disappear instantaneously like that? Just kidding. I'm only trying to cover up the fact that I don't know how it works. As my mentor always said, when you don't know the answer to a question, distract the person with a joke. Well, I've officially taught you all I know. Go out into the world with your trusty memorandal and prove how esteemed you truly are. I always get a little teary-eyed when I see my disciples go off to bigger and better things. Sniffle. And so, now we have obtained the key item, memorandal. So let's go to key items, permanent key items. Now we've got a few, so we're going to start at Job Gesture Warrior. Examine Job Gesture Warrior. Strike a pose befitting a mighty warrior. Job Gesture Monk. Examine Job Gesture Monk. Strike a pose befitting an enlightened monk. Job Gesture White Mage. Examine Job Gesture White Mage. Strike a pose befitting a benevolent white mage. Job Gesture Black Mage. Examine Job Gesture Black Mage. Strike a pose befitting a powerful black mage. Job Gesture Red Mage. Examine Job Gesture Red Mage. Strike a pose befitting a stylish red mage. Job Gesture Thief. Examine Job Gesture Thief. Strike a pose befitting an elusive thief. Memorandal. Examine Memorandal. This magic mannequin, distributed by the AMAN, records each and every Records of Eminence objective completed. Coated with a layer of astral essence, it slides easily between dimensions every time its owner claps their hands. Right. And so if we go back to our quest, we'll see we have completed one. Sorry. We will see current. Oh, we got a limited time. Okay, anyway, sorry. So objective list. Now we have all of that. After completing that very first one, we ended up getting 300 sparks and we got one completed. And then after that, it just opens all of this. And we're gonna try to go through and read all of this. So there are these ones called "You have undertaken the limited time Records of Eminence challenge." This one is gain experience. So it's a limited time challenge. Gain the requisite amount of either experience or limit points by defeating enemies in non-abyss sea areas. And so number required is going to be 5,000. And for the most part, I completely ignore these limited time challenges, because when they appear, they'll say new challenge on your screen in big letters, and they'll make this god awful sound, which I can't figure out how to turn off. But if I ever do, I will be extremely happy. But then they give you some sort of task, and sometimes, you can do it because you're fighting the enemies right there. But sometimes it's just there's none of those enemies around, so it's not even worth trying to do. So most of the time I just completely ignore them, because a lot of it has to do with that sound when they first appear, because sometimes I'll be trying to concentrate on something and it will scare the bejesus out of me. So I just leave them be. But for all the others, like right now we have tutorial, combat, wide region, combat region, fishing, crafting, harvesting, content, achievements, the anniversary, other. And so if we go into other, we get daily objectives and monthly objectives. So we want to go ahead and go to the daily objective and select vanquish multiple enemies. Daily objective: defeat the requisite number of experience yielding enemies in non-abyssy areas. So we'll select this one, and we need to kill 30 monsters. It doesn't matter where you kill them, as long as it's in the non-abyssy, and we won't get to the BC anytime soon. So and then we'll go to the tutorial. The tutorial now is basic synthesis, quest 1, quest artifact 1, quest artifact 2, quest artifact 3, level cap increase, storage expansion, quest weapon skills, missions Rhapsody of Vanadil, mission Sandioria, missions Bastok, mission Windurst, missions Zillart, missions Promethea, missions at Ergen, missions Altena, missions Aldoon, and then when you select them, they'll come up like this. So undertake a FOV training regime. So examine a field manual and undertake a Field of Valor training regime. Field manuals can be found near the entrance to outposts. So we'll select that one. Heal without using magic. Recover at least 1 HP by using the /heal command, a useful tactic to employ when you wish to regain lost HP and MP. So we'll select that one. Vanquish 1 enemy. Defeat 1 monster outside a city. Make sure to equip the proper weapons and armor, have some food, and have Signet cast upon you before you venture out. And then stepping into the ambuscade. Procure information about ambuscade by speaking with Gorpa Masorpa in Mora G9. Special reward: Ambuscade Primer Volume 2. So call forth an alter ego. Call forth an alter ego by speaking to one of the following NPCs: Gondabad, Southern Sandioria, L6, Clarion Star, Port Bastok, K7, Watata, Windurst Woods, G10. Exploring the Trove. Speak with Grayson in Lower Wenham, G11, and here an explanation on AMA intro. Requirements 45 days or more since character creation and main job level 99. Assist channel. Speak to the AMA in liaison in front of the Mog House in Sandioria, Bastock, or Windhurst, and here an explanation on the assist channel feature. So we'll turn that one on, and then you know, we'll go down these at a later time. So we'll have, there's in combat wide area, there's combat general, there's combat spoils, and there's combat spoils 2. So we'll go to the spoils, and the first ones we want to select are spoils fire crystal. Obtain a fire crystal as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. So we'll turn this one on. Spoils ice crystal. Obtain an ice crystal as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. So we'll turn that one. Spoils wind crystal. Obtain a wind crystal as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. Spoils earth crystal. Obtain an earth crystal as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. Spoils lightning crystal. Obtain a lightning crystal as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. Spoils water crystal. Obtain a water crystal as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. Spoils light crystal. Obtain a light crystal as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. Spoils dark crystal. Obtain a dark crystal as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. And then it goes on to list this stuff we'll get into later, so we won't worry about it, but I would just recommend getting the crystals up. Then combat spoils 2, you got spoils Batwing. So obtain a Batwing as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. Spoils Black Tiger Fang. Spoils Flintstone. Obtain a Flintstone as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. Spoils Rabbit Hide. Spoils Honey. Obtain a pot of honey as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. Spoils Sheepskin. Spoils Lizard Skin. Spoils Beetle Shell. Spoils Zern Suit. Spoils Silver Name Tag. Spoils Quadev Helm. Spoils Trent Bulb. Spoils Wild Onion. Spoils Sleep Shroom. Spoils Sandbat Fang. Spoils Zinc Ore. Obtain a chunk of zinc ore as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. Spoils Giant Bird Feather. Spoils 3-leaf Mandragora Bud. Spoils 4-leaf Mandragora Bud. Spoils Cornet. Spoils Utunga Silver. Spoils Snobby Letter. Spoils Ugudo Bead Necklace. Spoils Woozy Shroom. Spoils Beehive Chip. Obtain a Beehive Chip as a reward from battle the requisite number of times. It spoils Remy Shell. Spoils Twin Stone Earring, and then it starts over. And so the ones we selected I know we're going to run into, and so that's why I selected them right now. Vanquish multiple enemies. 1. Defeat the requisite number of enemies of experience yielding enemies in non-abyssy areas. So we'll turn that one on. Level sync to vanquish enemies 1. Level sync to vanquish enemies 2. Deal 500 plus damage. Deal 10 to 20 damage. So deal 10 to 20 points of damage to an enemy the requisite number of times. So turn that one on. Deal 110 to 120 damage. Deal 310 to 320 damage. Deal 510 to 520 damage. Deal 1110 to 1120 damage. Total damage 1. Deal the requisite amount of total damage to enemies. So we'll turn that one on. Total healing 1. We don't have a healer, or we're not a healer, so total damage taken 1. Take the requisite amount of total damage from enemies. Weapon skills 1. Use weapon skills the requisite number of times. So we'll turn that one on. Heal for 500 plus HP, and then that's all that's in there. Combat region, like for any of these to start appearing, we actually have to step into the map one time, like in that zone, that particular zone, and then they'll start appearing in here. So now we have quests. So we have our current is 24 of 30. So we still these are the ones I just suggest you start out with. So let's talk to Igsley really quick. Igsley, a sprightly adventure has come to me this day. Yes, I am more than pleased to make your acquaintance. Forgive me for seeming elitist, but the message I have to bear is only for those who have completed at least 10 records of eminence objectives. Okay, so before we can talk to actually do anything with Igsley, we have to complete 10 records of eminences. And so, real quick, we're gonna go do the assist channel thing. So if you go to Bastok, and you can go to any of the mods, I just choose this one. You can choose any of the mod places to port to, and you'll find one. So we'll come, and we want to talk to this AMAN liaison. AMAN liaison. This is an explanation of assist channel feature, which allows new and returning players to seek help from veteran adventurers. What do you want to learn about? What is the assist channel? The assist channel is a special chat channel that allows adventurers to ask questions and receive advice from veteran players known as mentors. How can I post a message? Press the spacebar to bring up the text window at the bottom of the screen and type /assist_j your message or /assist_e your message to post your message. You can also use /AJ for /assist_j and /AE for /assist_e. Additionally, pressing Ctrl plus Q will display a /assist_j or /assist_e in the text window for you. You can change the Ctrl plus Q shortcut command by going to the main menu, config, misc2, key bindings, commands, chat, /assist_j or /assist_e. It is recommended that you use /assist_j /AJ when posting in Japanese and /assist_e /AE when posting in English. What are the requirements? You must meet one of the following conditions in order to post to the assist channel. 1. You are a new player. You may post messages from the moment you first set foot in Vanadil. 2. You are a returnee. As a returning player, you may post messages upon logging in with a character that has not logged in for at least 48 days. 3. You are a mentor. You may post messages as long as you remain a mentor to other players. New players and returnees may post messages until they have been logged in for a total of 48 hours since first receiving their posting rights. If you wish to check how long you can continue to post for, speak to AMA and liaison and choose when do my posting rights expire to see how much time you have left. Where can I access it? The assist channel can only be used in the following areas. Available areas: Relude Gardens, Upper Wayno, Lower Wayno, Port Wayno, Southern Sandioria, Northern Sandioria, Port Sandioria, Bastock Mines, Bastock Markets, Port Bastock, Windurst Waters, Windurst Walls, Port Windurst, Windurst Woods, Sabina, Murrah, Rabbio, Kazam, Norg, Ergen, Whitegate, Nashmail, Western Alderlin, Eastern Alderlin, Tavnasian, Safehold, Chocobo Circuit, and your Moghouse Rent-A-Room. You cannot post or read messages outside the areas listed above. Even in areas where messages are allowed, you cannot post consecutive messages. Please wait a while after posting a message. Tell me about mentor messages. Mentor messages are accompanied by a flag marker. This marker indicates the mentor's reliability, mentor class, and experience as an adventurer mastery rank. As a mentor's mentor class increases, the color and shape of the marker will change. A yellow marker is a sign that the mentor has earned the highest level of trust from other adventurers. The number affixed to the marker is the mentor's mastery rank and indicates how experienced the mentor is as an adventurer. The higher the number, the more experienced the mentor is. You can check your own mastery rank even if you do not serve as a mentor. So feel free to take a look every now and then if you are curious. You can check your mastery rank by going to main menu, status, profile. Where can I find mentors? If you wish to speak directly to a mentor, you can search for mentors by going to main menu, help desk, mentor search. What are thumbs up and warnings? The thumbs up feature enables you to let mentors know when their comments prove to be especially helpful. Mentors who earn lots of thumbs up replies from other adventurers will see their mentor class increase. Remember to give a thumbs up to any mentor you feel helped you out or taught you something useful. A warning is a feature that can only be used by mentors. Please use this feature when a post's contents are insufficient or otherwise may be construed as harassment. To send a thumbs up or warning to another player, open the chat log window and move the cursor over the relevant message and press the confirm button, enter key to bring up the evaluation menu. Evaluations can be made for 10 minutes following the designated player's latest post to the assist channel. You may send up to 1 thumbs up and 1 warning per day Earth time. What happens if I am muted? The mute feature places restrictions on your ability to post, meaning that other players will be unable to see the messages you post to the assist channel. Please refrain from posting unsuitable content so that the veteran adventurers are not forced to mute you. Mute status can be removed by players that have the necessary mute list access rights, or it will be removed from automatically 24 hours Earth time after the mute status was enabled. So that is all he has to share with us, so nothing for now. And then we've completed 1 more of our records of imminence. And then we're going to go ahead and travel back to Bastock Markets exit. And our we've been running around long enough where our food buff has actually fallen off. Huh. So it doesn't last very long. Um, so, um, first of all, now we are level 2 because we just by completing this one and this one, we've gotten enough experience just to level up to level 2. So that's neat, right? Okay, so now we're gonna talk to Izikoth once more. And exchange for what? Sparks. We have 600 items, skill increased tombs, equip level 1 through 9, up to 100,000. Equip level 10 through 19, equip level 20 through 29, equip level 30 through 39, equip level 40 through 50, equip level 51 through 70, equip level 71 through 98, equip level 99. Trust, exchange AMA in currencies, wise words on records of eminence, and nothing. So the trust, we will come back to, but we're definitely gonna get them here in a bit. So since we're level 1, we want to go to equipment level 1 through 9, and then we want to for a monk, we're just gonna go with hand-to-hand for now. So we'll get the Sesti hand-to-hand, all races, damage +1, delay +48, accuracy +3, level 1 warrior, monk, red mage, thief, paladin, dark, beastmaster, ranger, dancer. So we'll get that. Bronze knuckles. Hand-to-hand, all races, damage +2, delay +96, accuracy +2, level 5, warrior, monk, red mage, thief, paladin, dark, beastmaster, dancer. So we'll get that. And then the brass knuckles. Hand-to-hand, all races, damage +4, delay +96, accuracy +2, level 9, warrior, monk, red mage, thief, paladin, dark, beastmaster, and dancer. So we'll get this. And then we'll scroll down and we'll see if there's any gear for us. So we can get the bronze gear for level 1. We're gonna wait on that though, because we only have 450. We don't have very many sparks at the moment. So we'll come back to that with the gear thing. All right, so normally when he tells you to run outside, you're just going to be running outside, so you'll have the food buff. But if you're like us, you'll want to we want to go to the wardrobe, and we want to throw our weapons that we just picked up into our wardrobe, and then we'll go equipment. So what I'll do is normally we can pick up 3 weapons at a time, normally. And so what we'll do is when I'm buying the weapons, we'll read them as we're buying them. However, with gear, what we'll do with the gear is we'll buy the full gear set, and then when we go to equip it, when we're actually equipping it is when I'll read the gear set, gear item. And so that's how we're going to do that. What else? So I believe at this time, that is the only thing we needed to do. We are, again, now we're level 2. Our rank is level 1. Our combat skills, hand-to-hand, and everything else is at 0. Our playtime so far is 1 hour and 45 minutes and 23 seconds. So, and we haven't even fought a monster yet. So we'll step outside. All right. So, whenever you step outside, you want to make sure that you have your signet buff on. If you have food, that's good. If not, it's not a big deal right now. But if you do have food, you might as well use it. But you always want to make sure that you have your signet buff on, and also that you have an instant warp. And since we got one from the Moggle, we won't worry about that. But those are the two things every time you step outside into the world you want to make sure you have. So now that we've stepped outside, if you go to combat region, for some reason this one is in combat original areas 2, and you'll see conflict South Gusterberg, subjugation Carnero. Just up front, we won't be doing these subjugations yet because I've never seen the monsters, and I'm guessing they're higher level monsters, so we won't be doing anything with the subjugations at this time. So, conflict South Gusterberg. Defeat the requisite number of enemies in South Gusterberg. So we'll turn that on. And then, when selecting an enemy, you want to, this is something that is very much recommended. You want to check it. The huge hornet seems like easy prey. It seems to have low defense. And if it says that it's too tough, I would just ignore it and go fight something else. You kind of really want to get in the habit of using that check before you actually start attacking something. I am very bad about it. I just run up and start attacking things. Around this area, you shouldn't really have to worry about it too much because they're all level 1. So, you know, you should, like in this area specifically, right outside the gate. You should just be able to kill like the bees and the worms without too much of a hassle. They do drop treasure chests. These brown ones, if they're brown like this, it means there is a lock on it, and you have to play a mini game to get it to unlock. And we'll go through that eventually one of these days. There's also the blue treasure chests, and the blue treasure chests you can just open without having to worry about playing the mini game. Eventually we'll pick up a brown chest to see what it's like, but that will be later on. Around here, I don't bother really worrying about chests because our inventory is rather tiny. And so just by killing enemies, we get loot from them, and our bags already fill up is pretty quick. So normally in each of the areas you'll find a book. This is called a field manual, and you'll open it. A field manual has been placed here by the Adventures Mutual Aid Network, AMAAN. Useful information pertaining to various topics on field operations fills its pages. And so if you read about there's read about individual training, there's read about elite training, there's read about field support. For now, we're going to choose read about individual training. Which page? So, I've changed my mind. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. So there's, in this book, we have 5 pages. The way it works is page 1 is going to give you the lowest level enemies in the area. And then, it will go to the harder ones as you go down. Page 5, or the very last page of the book, will always give you the toughest enemies in the area. And so, depending on what level you are, that's the best way to determine which page you want to do. Right now we're going to select page 1, and the information on this page instructs you to defeat the following 6 members of the bee family. Target level range 1 through 6. Training area is South Gusterberg. And so undertake this training regimen, bring it on, no wait. So for now we're going to say that. Set training regimen to repeat. So we'll say yes. And that will just, so we can continue doing it. We can do it as many times as we like, and each time we complete whatever the assignment was, we will then be able to receive rewards from it. And so, and you, just because you're on the page doesn't mean you necessarily have to kill that certain enemy. But you do kind of want to complete the pages, just because you're getting experience from it. And so most times we'll see that we level up, which is nice, as the words go across your body and say level up. However, at times it won't do that. So if you check our status, now we're level 4. Sometimes it doesn't tell you you've leveled up, so you can go a few levels without even realizing that you leveled up. And then sometimes you have to chase, like with melee, sometimes you'll have to chase the enemy, which is rather annoying. And we leveled up again. And once we get a certain, once our once we go to our combat skill, once this reaches a certain number, we'll get a weapon skill. I think for the starting one, it has to be a level, has to be 5 is when you get your first weapon skill. And so eventually we'll get a weapon skill. And so if you're melee, when they start running from you, it can be rather irritating. If you've got a range like a bow or something, that will make it much easier, so you can just stop them from running away. But if you're okay, so now we've got our first weapon skill, which is combo. Combo delivers a 3-fold attack, varies with TP skill chain attribute impaction, and we'll learn about skill chains later on. So if we'll probably be too slow. Okay, there. And so that's combo for us. That's what that one looks like. And each time you get your TP to 1000, you can use your weapon skill. And you get new weapon skills, you know, the better your the higher your skill gets. Now there are all sorts of weapons in this game, and some classes have the ability to use multiple. It is always best to start a new weapon skill when your job level is at 1, and just, you know, level your combat skill as you're going, because what happens is, say you get to level 50 and you're like, ooh, I really want to use this instead, and so you go buy the weapon, and it just turns out that you have never used that weapon before, and so you're at 0. So if you go trying to fight, say a mob that's level 50, with your brand new weapon, you're just going to completely miss. You're not even going to have a chance to hit them, and you won't skill up your weapons skill at all. You're just going to miss. That's plain and simple all you're going to do. So what you'll have to do, if you don't want to get, you know, if you're not using another job that's low level to get your weapon up, then you're going to have to actually come to the starting area, and you're going to have to start fighting the monsters until you get your weapon skill up. So you'll be level 50 and trying to fight these level 1 mobs. But that is really the only option you have while fighting monsters. When we talked to Izikoth, briefly, if you noticed, scrolls of tomb or skill increase tomes, you can actually purchase those. You can spend your sparks on those, and then you can stand there and use those if you like. And we'll see that eventually. There's one of these records of eminences that will complete and we'll get one of those tombs or scrolls, and we'll see how it works. But in my opinion, it's much better to just come and fight the monsters, um, rather than standing there and using that item, because it can get rather annoying quickly if you got a lot of them to use. But that is another option. I think it's better to kill the enemies than it is to stand there. I mean, if you're the only time I suggest using those really is if you're very close to, because once you get, at each level, once you get to a certain combat skill level, you can cap it. And what you always want to try to do is have your combat skill capped to the maximum, so you're for sure going to be hitting stuff. And so if you're really close, then that's when I would recommend using those things if you're already in town and you get them in your bag. I wouldn't recommend just going and buying them. You can use your sparks for other stuff. So, but that's my recommendation. But if you like using this, just sitting there and using your, the item in town, that's fine too. But this game is set up so, each level or each weapon that you try to learn, it's going to start at 0, and you literally have to work your way through level 1 monsters in order to start getting it to go up. And then, because you can't just go to a level 50 monster and start hitting it and think, oh, this is going to get my weapon skill up very fast. It does not work that way. You will just sit there missing it. When we learn about, or when we get trusts, we'll see those, but they'll be doing all the work for you basically if you do it that way. So you want to definitely, like, the best option is to start a job at level 1 and just work with that, with the weapon you're wishing to use, and get it skilled up. And there's a ton of weapons in the game, so of course, if you want to get them all, you're gonna have to you'll have to pick and choose, and then you'll have to you'll eventually be at the point where you're running around this zone at at level 50 just trying to get your weapon skill up. So that is a thing. And the monk can use throw weapons. It can use, I believe it can use a club. I know it can use a staff. Hand to hand is what we'll be mainly using. For most of our playthrough, that's all we'll be touching is the staff, or I mean, is the hand to hand. We'll get into the other weapons, and stuff later. I wouldn't mind getting throw leveled up a little bit, but I haven't figured out, other than going to the auction house, I haven't figured out where a vendor is that sells throw. I know that the Moggle sells throw, but it's for the ninja. So that doesn't help us. I just want items that we can buy, like, you know, pebbles or something that we can buy from a vendor, and I haven't found one. Or else, because it is good to have range, because in some situations you can actually, you know, pull a mob to you, and not attract all the other mobs around it. But without the throw type thing, it kind of makes it a little harder. But like I said, I have not found a vendor that just sells throw, and I might just be overlooking something, but I'm pretty sure if you get into the crafting, you can craft your own. We will be worrying about crafting at a later point in the game. Like I say, I mean, our goal for this playthrough is literally to do everything there is to do in this game, see everything there is to see. We will be following a walkthrough, and you know, we'll be doing that. So our biggest focus will be getting ourselves leveled up. Like, we're gonna try to get from level 1 to 99 rather quickly. You know, that's really what we'll be focusing on. There are things that will prevent us from just going straight through the levels. We will have to do some missions and stuff. So there is that, which is fine. But for the most part, our real main focus is just leveling until we get to 99, and then we'll start focusing on the missions, and, you know, doing them. And so that's pretty much our goal. I will say this, it's more fun to, in this game is a lot more fun to go and do the missions and stuff while you're leveling up. That is a fact. So if you're a new player, I highly recommend you know, going through the stories and stuff, rather than just flying through the levels, because it just gives you a change of pace. Because this playthrough will be a lot of just grinding and until we get, you know, where we want to be. But the fact remains that it's always going to be better to be doing the and we bought our weapons, so we're now level 9, and I completely forgot, but at level 5 we could have used these, and I meant to switch them and I forgot, so we're just gonna skip them and use our brass knuckles. So now we have level 9 weapons. My recommendation is always grab, like, each time you turn, like, say level 10, go to find the vendor and buy the weapons that are available from 10 to 20. Just buy all the weapons, That way you don't have to keep going back to him. You just buy him at one time, and then just remember to pay attention to the level, and then when you've reached that level, you can switch to him. That's the easiest way, but I do have a tendency to forget. Let us see. We are level 9. Yeah. So we'll try, we'll run around here and see if we can get to level 15. And then we'll go back to town. Level 15 is just a good number to get us to. You don't have to be in this zone all the way to level 15 if you don't want to be. I just do it because I know we can get there rather, you know, without switching zones and anything like that. So that's why I do it. And of course, you can kill the monsters pretty fast. And again, you can always go switch your book out or your page out if you want after you get a certain level. For me, most of the time, I'm just too busy killing the monsters to really... I tried to make sure I've at least completed the page that I picked up once. Unless I'm just unable to find the monsters, I don't worry about it. But if you have it set to repeat, you know, you can complete it as many times as you wish. I don't think there's any monsters over here. And you know, once you get it to a certain level, the enemies will start dropping, or will stop dropping XP, and then you really know it's time to move on. The only reason you would really want to stay is if your weapon skill is rather low. Then you could stay and work on getting your weapon skill up. But that's really when you change locations, is as soon as you see they're not dropping any more experience. So now we're level 10. And you can get through the levels pretty quickly at the start, which is really nice. It doesn't take too horribly long. Later on it starts to be noticeable that it's gonna take a while. But for the most part it's not bad, even at higher levels. It's not too horrible. There are experience rings you can get, and there's other items that help, you know, get experience bonuses. that are available, and we'll learn about those eventually. If we could and so these goblins, they attack by sight. So if they see you, they'll attack you. Really, unless you're higher level than them, you always want to pay attention to the goblins if they're around, because they do have a tendency to come chasing after you if they've seen you. So that is a factor. Some of these monsters have sight, where if they see you, they just come and attack you. Some of them have hearing, so if they hear you, they come and attack you. There's some type monsters like we're fighting now where they are just, they're just in the zone, and the only time they'll actually attack you is if you attack them first. So there are some monsters that will like, say you're fighting a monster, and then all of a sudden a completely different monster comes chasing you. If you have really low HP, some monsters are designed to come chase you, and they can be a very long distance away on the map, and they can still come and find you, because they like to take advantage of your low HP, and so that can happen. And they'll just start, you can almost kill the one that you're working on, and then you'll notice, oh, I'm getting attacked by this guy, and that's the reason, is because your HP was really low and they decided to come join. They try to be the hero that takes you out. And in some zones there are really high level monsters. Like, the thing is this game is great about having monsters that look exactly the same. So you can be running around killing, normal monsters that are your level, and then you can come up on one that is extremely high level, and it looks the same as the others. The only difference is that it has a different name. Other than that, it looks exactly the same as the other monsters, and so you do want to pay attention to that. I've died to that a few times because I just get in a zone and am just running around killing monsters, so they all look the same. And then I end up learning that I shouldn't have done that. So, and that's another reason you want to use the check button. It's a great idea to use the check button. And most monsters that are like that will say they're impossible to gauge. So it just means that you're way too low for that monster. And if you attack it, most likely it's going to kill you and your trust very quickly. So some of them can be aggressive, and they'll attack you. Others will just only attack if you've attacked them, or if they're in a vicinity where you're fighting a monster, they might have the possibility to link. I'm not 100% sure, but some monsters do link, and what that means is, say you're fighting this worm and there's another worm like really close to it, and you're attacking this worm, and the one that's, say, right over here isn't attacking, it could start joining in, like we might see here with these two goblins. Oh, he's not gonna pay attention. He's just gonna run off. Okay. Well, anyway. But some monsters will link, and so you can end up trying to fight two at a time. This game, in all of my honest opinion, is set up for single target. That's all it's good for. It's really not worth trying to have more than one mob at a time, because you're not even doing anything to the other mob. So you try your best to just leave it at single target and call it good. All right, so this is a stone monument, and so we're going to read it. You see a message engraved on the stone. I've been a sailor for over 40 years, yet I cannot grasp the concept of the world as a whole. Then again, those who live in cities know even less than I. They are content knowing only of the things around them. I cannot blame them for choosing to live this way, as curiosity is, more often than not, a dangerous trait. But I have sworn to use the rest of my life, a life I had once thought lost when I was shipwrecked, to indulge this insatiable curiosity of mine, and to uncover the truths of Vanadil. I've decided to leave my first message here on this hill overlooking my homeland of Bastok. It is the first record of a journey that I hope will benefit all the peoples of Vanadil. Winham Ironheart 748 Crystal Era. Okay, and so throughout the world we'll find stone monuments, and so we'll read them. I think there's a stone monument pretty much everywhere, but I haven't. I'm not sure where they all are, but if we find them, we'll read them. But there might be one, in every zone. I don't know. Or they might be in select zones. So we're level 12 now. So as you can see, I mean, the best advice I can give you is, if you're getting experience from a zone, you might as well just stay in it and just continue killing the monsters, because you will level up. There's other zones you can go to, but if you're getting experience, you might as well just kill until you're not getting experience. I mean, that's if you're just trying to level up, because half the time you'll be able to reach the level you want to get to without going anywhere. This guy won't stop running from us. There. And so what I mean is if you're trying to just level, it's gonna take, like, it might take you as long as it would have to level, to go find a new place. And so I would just stay, if the enemies are giving you experience, just take their experience. Unless you absolutely know of a better spot to go and you can get there rather quickly. But if you're new to the game and trying to search for areas, I would just recommend you know, fighting the mobs you're already fighting until you level up. Because it's just that much faster, because the mobs are right there. And this thing is called a cavernous maw, and we'll learn about that later. And we'll actually use one later, but not for a long ways away. All right. Well, hopefully we can get to level 15 a little pretty quickly anyway. It's 3 more levels to go, so it'll take us a bit. And again, at level 5 is when you can get your trusts. So, you know, you can step outside the city and then get to level 5 and then rush back to the city and start getting your trust if you wish. That is an option. We're just gonna try to get to level 15 rather quickly. And then you'll collect these beastman seals. Just hold on to them. Is my advice. Like, we don't have very much space in our inventory, but those and the copper vouchers you do want to hold on to. If you start running out of space in your inventory, move them to a different sack. But don't like drop them or get rid of them. Just try to keep them. This is a lot of quadevs. Cause you'll want them later. So. These quadevs you do want to kill as many as you can find, especially starting out, because they drop, for one of the missions they drop, they drop an item. Well, they drop four items that you have to collect, and so any of the quadevs have a chance to drop them in these areas. Some of them have a better drop rate, and we'll get into that once we get to that mission. But since we're passing through and we happen to see some quadevs, it's a good idea to kill them. So maybe one of the items will drop. And see, there we go. Yeah, that's the linking I was talking about. Like, we attacked this lizard, and this lizard started attacking us. Just because we attacked his friend. And that, so they do link. So, you kind of want to be, well, you do want to be cautious of that. And with the conflicts, each time, like for the very first time you complete it, it's just kill 10 enemies in that area. And the very first time you complete it, they give you sometimes it will be a piece of gear, an earring, and something, you know. So you try to do it in all the zones. But they do repeat, so you can just leave them on. But if you know, if you're moving on to a different area, you can turn it off and switch it to that area instead. And so we're just gonna run around. Now, we're lucky enough to get maps for this zone, because of our, nation being Bastock. If we were in Windurst, we would get the Windurst map. If we were in Sandoria, we'd get the Sandoria map. And so the starting zones like South Gustburg and North Gustburg, they're included in the map, whereas later on we'll end up going into some areas, and if we haven't bought the map, we just won't have a map. So we can open our map now and see everything. In a bit I'll show you what it looks like when you haven't bought the map for that area. If you want to see how much gil you have, you can check here. Right now we're currently at 823. And then see, that's what I'm talking about, how it just, that new challenge thing. Yeah, that new challenge thing is something that irritates me. I wish I could find a way to turn the sound off, but I haven't found one yet. And so that's why, like I say, most of the time I just ignore it completely. If we happen to complete it while we're going on our missions, or on our journey, that's fine. But okay, so now we have a little bit of our health is a little low, so we will rest. And all you do if you're using the controller is push your right analog stick down, and it will put you in this resting position. Now, if you have your arrow on anything like that, it will not let you go into the rest. You have to make sure that nothing is selected, not even your character itself, before you can rest. So just make sure that, because if you're trying to push down and it's not working, if there's the little arrow over your head saying that you've selected yourself, then you won't be able to rest. And unfortunately, like when you, we've got that bomb, we should move. We don't want to play with the bomb, because bombs do explode and they do a lot of damage. If you have a stun, then you can stun it, but for the most part you just want to ignore bombs unless you absolutely have to fight them. Then you can fight them, but it's not really worth it, because when they explode, sometimes you can manage to make it through there first, but most of the time it's pretty high damage. And you really want to get as many of these records of eminence things going as you possibly can. Because each time you complete one, you're getting experience. And so if you've got like 10 of them going and you complete them all, you know, you're going to level up quicker. See, when I first started, because I've done this several times now, where I've attempted to do this playthrough for us. And when I first started, I was really thinking I would read out, like when we completed our records of eminence, I would read it as it goes through, but because of the fact we need to have all these ones active at the same time, it's not possible to read them, because normally the one that would complete will be on the very top and get pushed through our chat channel, so we're unable to actually read it. And so I gave up on that idea. But like I say, I mean, there's some stuff that and then we got shoulder tackle. So that's our new weapon skill, shoulder tackle. Abilities. So shoulder tackle delivers a two-fold attack that stuns target. Chance of stunning varies with TP. Skill chain attributes reverberation. Wow, and impaction. And so that's our job abilities. We get 100 fists, which speeds up attacks, and we get boost. Enhance the damage of your next attack. This 100 fists is a 1 hour cooldown, so if you use it, you gotta wait for a full hour before you can use it again. But it's really nice if you, you know, when you come up to a boss. So we're almost 15. I don't know why I selected 15 to be the level we get to here, but it seems to be a good number. So we'll just kill things until we reach 15. In my last playthrough, we got to level... well, we've gotten to level 80. However, I was checking the videos, because right now I'm recording. I was wanting to stream this, but my computer is kind of dying on me, and so it can't handle streaming because it just keeps dropping the frames. And so for some reason, if I record it, it's fine, but if I try to stream it, puts up a fit. So that's why we're recording this instead of streaming it. And hopefully one day I'll get my computer fixed. But in the last episode, I guess my mic was being funky, so any of the videos that I recorded, it was cutting out like half the words I was saying. And so it turned out that it was but we made, I mean, that character I still have. We haven't died on it. But I felt like I just might as well start a new character and start new videos. But I've done it several times, and yes, I've died a few times. And like I say, I mean, it's not our main goal is to get from 1 to 99 without dying, but it is something that I'd like to accomplish. So we're kind of focusing on that. And that's another reason we're kind of pushing the levels, or we will be pushing the levels, you know, more so than anything. And this game, it does have roadblocks where you know, you have to do missions in order to progress. There's no way around it. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just not actually possible to get through this game without doing some of the missions. You know, just straight up leveling up. That is not an option, which because at certain points you run into what's called a level cap, and we'll get to that when we get to it. But for one of the level caps, you'll have the items from a mission are required in order to be able to get it. So that is why some of the missions will be mandatory for us to do. And like I said, I know I mentioned it once, but this game is a lot better if you're going on missions and stuff while you level up, because if you're just trying to get through the levels, the grind can be kind of boring. So that is a factor. We're almost 15, so hopefully we can find some more devs that will give us the experience we need. And I haven't decided where I'll put this, if I'll put it on YouTube or if I'll put it on Twitch. I really enjoy Twitch. I like the platform. I'm not a fan of YouTube. I just really am not. And so that's why I'll probably end up putting it on Twitch. But who knows? I might throw it on YouTube. I mean, I put some videos up on YouTube, but I just prefer Twitch's platform over YouTube. Twitch has a better platform, in my opinion. And then, oh, we've got skeletons. At night, ghosts come out, like skeletons, undead come out. And then they disappear in the daytime. But some zones, you know, you can be running around fighting enemies, and then all of a sudden you start seeing skeletons and stuff, and that's because there are that's because it's night out. So I wish this guy would stop. Come on. Because it can take a while for them to stop moving if you have to chase them. And it sometimes you get a lucky swing out, you know, and it gets them to stop finally, but most of the time you just have to wait till they stop. So that kind of makes it annoying with a melee. With simply just melee. Alright, so now we are level 15, so that's all we wanted to do. So let's make our way back to town. And our items right now, our bag slot is, we've got 30 slots available to us in this bag. This is the main bag that stuff drops into. You've got if you go to view house, you've got your Mog safe, you got Mog safe 2 storage, Mog locker, Mog satchel, Mog sack, Mog case, Mog wardrobe 2, Mog wardrobe 3, and Mog wardrobe 4. Now, for the safe, you have to be in your Mog house to access. This one will open up later, so it's just blued out for now. Then there's the storage. This, I believe, you have to be in your Mog house as well. The locker, and it is somewhere else. I think it's in your Mog house as well. Then the Mog satchel. This is only obtainable if you go ahead and get the one-time password, like when you are logging into your account, you get the double security and you get the one-time password. I've been told that once you've activated it, you can deactivate it and still have this thing work. I do not know. It is a bit of a hassle, but I just leave it on. And then there's the Mog sack, and this is the one that that Moggle was asking us to buy for almost 10,000 gil, and since we didn't have it, we couldn't get it at the time. So once we get 10,000 gil, we'll get it. Then there's the Mog case, and this is open right away. It has 80 slots, and so, you know, if what I try to do is like put stuff in this case that I know I'm going to use later. Like I try to put like quest items in there, and you know, stuff like that. That's what I do with it anyway. And so we'll put these over here. I do wish that there was an add-on that would open all of these bags at the same time so you could see them all, but because later on, right now we don't have much to worry about as far as inventory, but later on it can get a little hectic. So that is our storage. And then these crystals you can do something with the crystals, and we'll learn about that later, but they are rather irritating. You get them from every single monster you kill as long as you have your signet on. And it's much better to have your signet on because you also acquire conquest points for it. So those are things you really want to have. For now, let us... Okay, we're almost back to town. Now, we're gonna stop right here real quick. As I said, we're going to be following a walkthrough, and once you've reached level 3, the next time you walk into town, you will end up being brought in. When you come into town, there will be a cutscene, and so for our purposes, we're going to go ahead and go to the walkthrough and find out what that cutscene is all about. So let me pull up our wiki. This is bg-wiki.com, Final Fantasy 11/main_page. So this is the main page of it. If you're new to the game, I highly suggest checking this wiki out. Whoever, the people that took the time to design this, they did a very good job with it, and so we will be using it all the way throughout our playthrough. And so what we'll do is when we come to a mission or something, we'll come here and we'll check it out and we'll start reading about it and whatnot. And so this is the very first page. It's got battle content and all of this information, which we don't need right now, so we'll worry about that later. However, we do want missions, and they have all the different missions that are available. And for right now, the mission we're about to end up in is going to be Rhapsodies of Vanadil. So we're going to select that one. And then it brings us to the category Rhapsodies of Vanadil missions. And then Rhapsodies of Vanadil. And then this is just a little side note. This stuff isn't really pertaining to us at the moment, but we're going to go through it since it's right here. In order to progress through the Rhapsodies of Vanadil without interruption, your character must have progressed to the following missions below in other expansions. So obtain rank 6 in your home nation by completing rank mission 5-2. Progress in Rise of Zillar until your current mission is Headstone Pilgrimage. Progress in Chains of Promethea until your current mission is the Road Forks. Progress in Treasures of Ot Ergen until your current mission is Royal Puppeteer. Progress in Wings of the Goddess until your current mission is In the Name of the Father. Progress in Seekers of Adolan until your current mission is Behind the Sluices and you have the key item waterway facility crank. And then down here they have the chapter, the number, the mission name. Come on. Wish my mouse would work. The mission name, the type, and the reward. And so it's all listed right here for us. So you can take an easy glance at it. Then they have some stuff at the bottom. The cutscene, a mission that is entirely or almost entirely cutscenes. Quest, a mission that involves a lot of running around and cutscenes. Dungeon, a mission that takes place mostly in a dungeon such as Promethean or Sanctuarium. Fight, a mission that mostly involves one or many notorious monster fights. BCNM, which is Burning Circle Notorious Monster, a mission that is either solely a BCNM, culminates in a BCNM fight, usually referred along with dungeon type missions. Then you can find related links, missions where certain NPCs are unavailable in the relation to ROV progress official list. Then they have pages in category, Rhapsodies of Vanadil missions. The following 97 pages are in this category out of 97, and then they list all the pages. So, they've taken the time to create this really beneficial and useful website for us. So right now, as it stands, we're going to be in chapter 1-1, and it's going to be Rhapsodies of Vanadil cutscene. And then our reward will be access to Esha Zeta, access to Esha Ruan. And so we'll just click the name of that mission, and then we'll end up at this page, and it will be Rhapsodies of Vanadil mission 1-1. Rhapsodies of Vanadil series, none, starting NPC, zone into Bastok, Windurst, or Sandoria, level 3+, title, none, repeatable, no, description. So mission orders, even the slightest ripple can cause an unstable cascade. So the previous mission was none, and next mission will be resonance. Rewards, access to Esha Zeta, access to Esha Ruan. And then this is our walkthrough. So zone into any of the 3 starter cities with a character that is level 3 or higher, and you will receive a brief cutscene. Notes: after completing this mission, you will have access to both Esha Zeta and Esha Ruan. So, the reason we pull this up now is because this is what's going to happen when we walk in to this city at level 3 or higher. There is no option to ignore it. Well, there's a add-on that you can fast skip cutscenes, I guess. However, it's unavoidable. You don't get a choice. You are just going to get this cutscene. So we can't choose to say, well, we want to do this later, not now. So that's why we are going through it. So again, now we are level 15, and our combat skills are level hand-to-hand is 42, our guarding is 13, and our evasion is 26. And so we'll just walk into the town. The crystal resonates deep within your soul. Vanadil in the year 898. I must make haste for Resin Jima and find the master before. Rhapsodies of Vanadil, Final Fantasy XI Online. And so that is that. And we'll want to keep that in the back of our minds that we did that. So it is complete, and that is the entire mission 1-1. All right, so we are level 15, and we've done some stuff. This is where our episode will end for this, for the time being. Well, let's first go get, since we were running around and we collected a bunch of crap into our inventory, it's good to come to the shop and get rid of all this stuff that... So this is Olin, and Olin, welcome to Majol's Goods. What can I do for you? And so if we buy, right now we have eye drops and antidote. Those are the items that we can buy from her. Now, if it's grayed out like this, like the eye drops is, it just simply means that you do not have the gil to purchase it. So if you're really wanting it, you're gonna have to go farm the gil in order to get it. So we want to sell stuff. We want to sell honey. We'll keep the meat jerky. You can choose to keep this spells, or you can sell them. We'll keep them. Vegetable seeds we can sell. The back plate will sell, and zinc ore will sell. So most of this is just junk. There are some quest items that you get from, you know, random monsters that you kill, but we'll worry about that when we get to the quests. Oops, items. This goblin mail, it's bronze armor worn by goblin warriors. Due to its odd shape, only goblins can wear it. Now, this will these things will show up in your inventory from time to time, and they are used for crafting, I believe. You can't sell them to the vendor, and if you're not, you might be able to put them on the auction house, but what I do with them is I just drop them because I can't sell them to the vendor, and they're not used in any quests. So I believe they're used for some one of the crafting skills, but we won't be doing that for a while. All right, so we also picked up a doublet. Body all races, defense 10, level 11 monk, white mage, red mage, thief, paladin, beastmaster, Bard, Dragon, Summoner, Blue Mage, Courser, Puppet Master, Dancer, Geomancy, and Run. And so what we want to do is we want to throw that in our wardrobe. And then let us see. So we can actually, what we can do is we can sell these two because we have no use for them now, because we've outgrown, you know, the level, so might as well just sell them. That's probably the easiest way to keep your inventory, is once you've, you know, outgrown your weapons and stuff. I mean, you can use them for other classes, but it might be easier just to sell them and try to keep your stuff in line, because you can run out of inventory space rather quickly. And since we are level 15, we're going to get our equipment, and since we got this doublet, we're gonna throw it on. Then we'll come talk to Isaacov, and we're going to go to equipment level 10 through 19, and at level 11 we can get the brass bagnax, hand to hand, all races, damage +4, delay +60, level 11 warrior, monk, red mage, thief, dark beast master, ninja, puppet master, dancer. And so that's all we get at this, so we'll pick these up. And then we'll scroll down and see if we can find any armor. The armor's always at the, like, all of the weapons are always in front, so you may have to scroll through the pages. So we're looking for new gear. At level 11 we can get headgear, which is this one, and so we'll pick it up. We found the doublet, so we don't need to buy that one. We can get the gloves, so we'll grab those. The brace we can get, and then the gaiters we can get, and then at level 16 we can get the bone mask, so we'll buy those. So this is the bone set, and so we'll go to the next page. And so at level 16 we can put these on. And then you can, I think that's it that we are able to get through this section. Yeah, so then we have all that, so we'll go to View House and open our Mog wardrobe, and we'll throw this in there. And then we'll put on our equipment for since we got that one, we can move on. The gloves. So hands, all races, defense 3, level 11, monk, white mage, red mage, thief, paladin, beast master, bard, dragon, summoner, Blue Mage, Courser, Puppet Master, Dancer, Geomancer, and Run. So we'll put that in there. Then we got the Braze, Legs, all races, Defense 7, Level 11 Monk, White Mage, Red Mage, Thief, Paladin, Beastmaster, Bard, Dragon, Summoner, Blue Mage, Courser, Dancer, Puppet Master, Dancer, Geomancer, and Run. So put that in there. Then we'll put the Gators on. Feet, all races, Defense 3, Level 11 Monk, White Mage, Red Mage, Thief, Paladin, Beastmaster, Bard, Dragon, Summoner, Blue Mage, Courser, Puppet Master, Dancer, Geomancer, and Run. So then we'll put on our new weapon, and then we don't have anything for the head or the mid-neck or anything right now. So that is our new gear set for the time being. And so we are now level 15. And this is kind of the introduction to our playthrough, so we will stop it here. In the next video, we'll probably do a mission, and then well, since we are level 15, what we'll do is we'll focus on getting trusts. That will be probably our first thing, and then we still gotta complete whatever Goldego, the assignments Goldego is doing. So we'll do that as well, but I think our very first thing is we'll go get trusts and learn about them. And so I will see you all in the next video. I do hope that you guys enjoy, and thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.